What's going on, everyone? This is Slackerman with another diecast model review. Today we're looking at the Aviation fighters. This is the F-14A Tomcat, the VF-84 Jolly Rogers. I reviewed a F-14D Super Tomcat from Aviation Fighters on this channel. I wanted to get an F-14A. I think that Aviation Fighters is the best line for 1 in 144 scale diecast models or warplanes. I brought out my Century Wings to kind of compare, but this is even more detailed and better than the Century Wings 1 in 144 scale models that they do. They are hard to get though. I've only seen these sold in China and Japan. I got this one from Japan. They don't have a lot of jets to pick from. They have Tomcats, they have an AC-130 that I really want to get. That looks really good. They have some helicopters. They do some Su-24s and Su-34s. I haven't seen those for sale, but I have seen videos of those on YouTube, so maybe those were never released. So they don't have a ton of jets, but mainly all of the Tomcats. They have multiple Tomcats, F-14As, Bs, and Ds in various squadrons. All of them are really well done and are the best to get in 1 in 144 scale. So let's take a look. Best thing about Aviation fighters is they come in this really cool shoebox, which looks nice. So you have F-14A, Tomcat, VF-84, Jolly Rogers. You have the logo on the front. You do get the configuration and all your doors to do gear up or gear down, so that's really cool. I have in flight mode with the gear up. I haven't put all of my panel doors on. I'll probably do that later. You also get this little piece cradle that goes under the jet, but it doesn't include the actual stand. If you want to buy the stand that goes with this from Aviation Fighters, you have to pay extra for that. You can see that's where the little ball joint plugs in. So the level of detail with Aviation Fighters is the best. Just to compare with the Century Wings, you can see this is more of the early 70s kind of colors. This is, I believe, from 91. That there, yes, yeah, 1991 Desert Storm. But you can see just the level of detail on the Aviation Fighters is a lot better. So all of the panel lining is a lot crisper and cleaner. The paint looks nicer. All these antennas, obviously that's missing on the Century Wings, or pitot-probes, whatever they're called. They're actually sharp. You have them there and there. Again, the panel lining, all of the decals, like the no steps, you can kind of make out the silver leading edge right here. Looks great. And then if you compare that to the Century Wings, it's a lot duller. You have the Jolly Rogers symbol on the tail section, and then AJ in the inside of the stabilizer. Taking a look at the front, again, you have your two pilots with their matching white helmets. You have the pilot and the radio intercept officer, the RIO, in the back. You can kind of make out their names on the jet, but again, all of the decals and the symbols are super crisp and nice. You have your danger jet intake right there on the intakes. I love the green glass, kind of where the heads-up display would be. That looks great as well. You have your TV camera on the nose section. So you can see I put one of the gear doors in. I didn't do those two yet. So the underside, this is a fleet defense, so it's kind of got all of the air-to-air stuff. You have your 4 Phoenix missiles, which look great. Tons of detail on those. You have your fuel tanks, and then you have a Sparrow and a Sidewinder on the other stations. On the back, you have Navy, Beware of Blast, all of that. Those decals look great. And then the engines, this is an F-14A, so you have the engines with the black thrust nozzles. The F-14Ds will usually have the big silver, kind of more open nozzles, because it was obviously a different engine in the F-14D. The wings do extend and obviously collapse, One of the coolest things I like is the gun here. They painted it with silver, or kind of a chrome. That looks great. If you compare that to the Century Wings, it's just white paint. And again, just looking at this, compared to the Aviation fighters, just everything's a lot crisper than on the Century Wings. The only thing I would say that Century Wings does better with is the Phoenix missiles. Has a little bit of decals on the Phoenix missiles, but other than that, this is a lot sharper and a lot cleaner. This originally came with the gears geared down. You cannot have the option to display it, so I actually broke this model and ripped out the gears to have it in a flight mode. The Aviation fighters, even though they're both the same scale, the Aviation fighters model is a little bigger, a little bit beefier. So I like that a lot. So overall, again, I just think that the Aviation fighters line is probably the best for 1 in 144 scale. I don't think they do any 172 scale. I'm gonna set the camera down just to extend the wings real quick so you can see that. So there is the wings extended on the F-14A. So again, really cool model, definitely worth picking up if you are into Tomcats. I love the 1 in 144 and the 1 in 100 scale. 172 I really don't get into, I don't have the room for it. But again, hard to find. Usually eBay is where I've gotten most of these Aviation fighters from. Century Wings is a good line too. You're probably able to find a Century Wings 1 in 144 a little cheaper than the Aviation fighters, but if you can find the Aviation, this is the one to get. So, hope everyone liked the video, and thanks a lot for watching. Bye.